This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Bull Bay heartache as a 3-year-old killed in crash. China Harbor Engineering Company has come under fire for alleged incomplete construction works in Bull Bay, St. Andrew that has been blamed for the crash death of a 3-year-old girl who ran into the path of a motor vehicle Wednesday evening. There have reportedly been calls for the contractors to fix a small space in a wall to the front of the property through which Shadeen Martin walked onto the busy thoroughfare. Her father, Dean Martin, who was at home at the time, was a portrait of devastation on Thursday. The grandma come in and take up the uniform clothes to go wash them. She go through the gate and lock the gate. And the little girl now go through the wall there so where you see the China Harbor people them cut out, Martin said in a news interview on Thursday. Dean, a father of 10, described his hometown as a place of doom. Shadeen was his second youngest child, but he reminisced that she was mature beyond her years. He's a little big woman that, if the mother wash the baby clothes, she come out and put her little bucket beside the bath pan and she take up something, Martin said of the infant's independence. The driver of the ill-fated motor vehicle has since been warned for prosecution. Martin said the driver, who he saw at the police station, did not communicate with him but was remorseful about the tragedy. I see him in there crying. He was very emotional after the news came that the little girl passed, Martin said. The distraught father said that he had made contact with the CHEC personnel on several occasions to undertake the repairs. You know how much time I call them to come fix the wall? Them say them soon come, and I'll know him can't come. Me tell the man of 5 pitney me have in the yard. And see it there now, he exclaimed. The news made several attempts to reach CHEC on Thursday, but calls to its office went unanswered. Charmaine Campbell Christie, principal of Boniface Early Development Center, where Shadeen was enrolled since January, said the infant was a quick learner and had a promising future. Very assertive, she knows what she wants and processes things very quickly. When she started, she was a little bit reserved, but then she warmed up. It is just really sad, Campbell Christie said. The principal, who visited the family home along with the members of the school board, said that teachers and the students were traumatized and the counseling sessions would be conducted. Flowers and a red handmade postcard with the inscription, "We miss you, Shadeen," were placed on her desk. Her class teacher, Diane Patterson Stewart, was broken-hearted at the tragedy. It hasn't been the same since. She was very active, always willing to participate, Patterson Stewart said. Incensed residents blocked the roadway in protest Thursday, demanding that the CHEC fix the wall immediately. Jody K. Nelson, Shadeen's mother, said that it wasn't the first time that Shadeen had forced herself through the crack in the wall. "Me always tell her, say man her head stuck through there. She knows she can't fit through," Nelson said. Her fondest memory of Shadeen was her radiant personality and a natural ability to make people smile. "She just fun. She keep the house vibes and now she gone," Nelson said, trying to fight back tears. The mother heard the impact of the crash but initially thought it was a goat that was hit by the motorist. Closer examination confirmed her worst fears. "Me daughter gone. Me nah go see her again. Oh God, me always say she a go be the smarter one because she asks question a lot," Nelson said tearfully. "Me pray for them something gonna happen to me cause me watch it on the news. And me no know how me would cope if one of my child ever gone. But it just dropped right on me doorway," Nelson added. More than 700 nurses left Jamaica since COVID-19 pandemic. It has been revealed that more than 700 nurses in Jamaica have left for jobs overseas since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic. Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton disclosed the figure on Thursday. Dr. Tufton told the House of Representatives that he is expecting the pace of the exodus to increase. As the pandemic subsides and the short-term economic shock takes hold, we will have a stronger migration pull. We believe on our nurses and our healthcare workers. We do have healthcare workers that are world-known as being excellent, and the demand for them will only get greater, and the impact on our system will be even more severe if we do not take some corrective measures, he warned. According to Dr. Tufton, there has been increased funding to the ministry in the last 24 months to help with some of the human resource challenges. He said the ministry has been able to expand the posts within the system. We have been able to establish 230 new posts for medical officers and more than 1,400 posts for community health aides, and these are not in most cases contract workers. Certainly, as it relates to the doctors, we have established these posts, and it means an expansion of personnel in our health system, he said.
Over the past 2 years of the pandemic, more than 700 nurses migrated for better paying jobs abroad. And as the pandemic subsides and the short-term economic shock takes hold, we will have a stronger migration pull, we believe, on our nurses and our healthcare workers. We do have healthcare workers that are world known as being excellent, and the demand for them, Madam Speaker, will only get greater, and the impact on our system will be even more severe if we do not take some corrective measures. We have been able to establish 230 new posts for medical officers and over 1,400 posts for community health aides. And these are not, in most cases, contract workers, certainly as it relates to the doctors. We have established these posts, and it means an expansion of personnel in our health system.
JEF supports a call for budget to be recast if oil prices continue to climb. The Jamaica Employers Federation is in agreement with a suggestion by opposition spokesman on finance, Julian Robinson, for the 2022-2023 budget to be recast if the price of oil continues to increase. However, JEF President David Wan says it is too early for a decision to be made. Mr. Wan says that the authorities should continue to pay close attention to the Ukraine-Russia conflict. I think the first and foremost thing is to watch for the progress of the war. If there is indication that it's going to come to an agreement and a standstill in the next week or two, then I think it is not as urgent as if we see it go on for a month or 6 weeks with no resolution, because that would definitely mean higher oil prices than used to forecast the budget. It's all about the timing, in my view, he declared. Security guard fatally stabbed in St. James. A security guard was stabbed to death on Thursday night in Montego Bay, St. James. He has been identified as a 27-year-old Christoph Hibbert. About 10:56 p.m., Mr. Hibbert was on duty at a lounge on Jimmy Cliff Boulevard when there was an altercation with a patron. The security guard was stabbed in the chest. He was pronounced dead at hospital. Brace for more traffic delays due to road project in St. James. Residents and business operators are being told to brace for more traffic pileups during construction of the Montego Bay Perimeter Road and the Long Hill Bypass in St. James. Some $4.9 billion has been allocated for the 4-year project, which is slated to begin later this year. Homer Davis, a minister with a responsibility for special projects and development in Western Jamaica, earlier this week revealed that the road project will include replacing an existing bridge at the West Gate and expanding the road to 4 lanes. He admitted this will cause a traffic nightmare, but said alternative routes will be upgraded to minimize traffic delays. At the same time, Mr. Davis said the project's possible impact on waterways will be high on the agenda. As such, he has called for a stakeholders meeting to include the National Works Agency, National Water Commission, Montego Bay Chamber of Commerce, and the communities that could be affected. As old-time people say, anywhere water walk one time, it will walk there again. So the community will be consulted, and we won't be just doing things in a haphazard way, he sought to assure. Mr. Davis was speaking at Wednesday's launch of the Montego Bay Chamber of Commerce's 2022 telethon.
Can you imagine we working on from West Green through Catherine Hall onto Howard Cook, and we're working on from West Green all the way up to the clock, taking out that bridge at Westgate or putting in another bridge at Westgate to have 4 lane all the way up to clock, to have 4 lane all the way through West Green. It will create a traffic nightmare. We'll be compromising a lot of sinkholes, and then you have to ask yourself, where will that water run? So there's going to be a lot of discussion, and as old time people say, and we will water walk one time, it will walk there again. So the community will be consulted, and we won't be just doing things in a very opposite way.
Case promises security beef up after second campus rape in 9 months. President of the College of Agriculture, Science and Education, Case Derek Deslands, has promised to implement improved security measures in the wake of the abduction and the sexual assault of a student on Thursday. Deslands' disclosure was in response to angry protests as students rattled by the pre-dawn attack called for administrators to address security deficits at the Portland school. But the president had made similar pledges in June 2021 after an attacker gagged and raped a student in an abandoned train tunnel at the college. The modus operandi in Thursday's incident was a carbon copy of last year's assault. The student was reportedly attending farm practice shortly after 5 a.m. when she was surprised by a man who dragged her to a secluded area near an abandoned Jamaica Railway Corporation tunnel on the school compound. She was later found by a search team comprising students, lecturers, security personnel, and the police. The student was taken to hospital for treatment but has since returned to Case, where she is receiving counseling. This particular situation is troubling because it really occurred on the main road just above the administrative complex, Deslands said during a press conference. So it is very concerning for us because on any given day, hundreds of staff members, male and female, traverse this thoroughfare. They walk most of the time, so we recognize that it is an incident that could affect any one of us. The area where the attack occurred is reported to be regularly used as a shortcut between the eastern and the western ends of the campus. We have put in place steps to be taken to try to secure that area. We have established a number of additional fixed security posts. We have brought in a new search provider for security, and we met with them today and agreed to expand their security presence and also expand the level of patrolling that they do on a scheduled basis to ensure that there is always coverage, Deslands said. According to the college president, steps have been taken to hire a driver to offer a shuttle service for students who venture out to the farm, sometimes as early as 3 a.m. He said that discussions will be held with the police for the beefing up of patrols. Security cameras will also be installed. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.